Yes, guys. Good evening, good morning, whatever you want to call it. But big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me in this late one. I do apologise that it's such a late video. Obviously, I was out all day today. Didn't get back till early this evening, and then I had to go and do my obviously my UFC show with Cal and Luke that some of you guys might have just watched. So I thought I'd jump on and give you guys a video talking about this secret mystery number 6 that apparently Liverpool are going to get in this week, and the whole Liverpool fan base has become Agatha Christie's and trying to work out who it is, and is it Zubimendi? Is it this guy? Is it that guy? You know, it could be anyone. It could be anyone. We're going to chat about it, but yeah, the odds-on favourite right now actually is Zubimendi, which we will talk about. We will talk about it. Obviously, Sepp Vandenberg as well has come out a quote saying he doesn't want to be a bit part player at Liverpool Football Club, and if that's the case, he wants to leave. Well, we're going to talk about that because I think that's a bit arrogant from Sepp Vandenberg personally. And you know, and Liverpool's pre-season in America has come to an end. What did we think about it? So yeah, before we start all that, guys, you know the rules around here. If you are a mod on this channel, if you are a moderator on this channel, you guys keep spreading the word in the live chat about liking, sharing, and subscribing, especially getting them likes up. Moderators, throughout the whole video, make sure you just keep that going in the live chat. I'd appreciate it. Guys, already got 125 people in the house already. Let's try and get to 100 likes real quick. Real quick. It helps every YouTube channel grow. How YouTube channels grow is by hitting that like button. Goes into that magical algorithm where people go and see your channels that have never seen your channel before and don't know you even exist. So yeah, hit that like button, guys. I'd appreciate it. It helps out every YouTube content creator. It helps everyone out. So make sure you start smashing that like button, guys. And moderators through the video will be telling you to do so. Also, I want to say a big up to everyone. I know the last video I did, it all went a bit crap. Obviously, what happened halfway through the video, I deleted that video. I didn't want that video kept on air. If you were live for that video yesterday, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you very much. You all know how that video kind of went. Yeah, but I appreciate it. And also, I'll say one thing as well. I appreciate you guys also sticking up for me and being there for me. So big up to everyone sticking up for me and being there for me as well. You guys are fantastic. You guys are great. So again, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate the love, guys. I appreciate the love. As far as I'm concerned, it's all finished with now. I'm not going to talk about it ever again. If you follow me on Twitter, message me on Twitter and I'll let you know about it. But what happened? But other than that, I'm not going to talk about it on there again. I just want to put it behind me, move on, and we get on with life. You know, we talk about football. That's all I want to do, guys. Have a great time, have fun, talking football and talking to Liverpool Football Club. That's all we want to do around here. We don't want no drama. We don't want no drama. I'm sick of drama on YouTube. It's stupid. Big up to all the mods in the chat. Look at you beautiful people. So this secret DM, guys, this secret mystery defensive midfielder that, you know, obviously David Ornstein put out it today. You know, everyone's getting excited about it, rightly so. We should get excited about this kind of stuff. You know, he put it out there. This mystery DM. Let me see if I can get the actual article. So David Ornstein has said, breaking news, Liverpool have identified a target in the number 6 position. It is worth keeping an eye on that situation this week, with Liverpool pursuing a specialist at number 6 from outside the Premier League. Again, this is from David Ornstein from The Athletic, who will be quite in the know. The way it's worded, let's go through the way it's worded. Liverpool have identified a target in the number 6 position. So they've identified a target in the number 6 position, which tells me that he knows who, he knows who who the player is, but obviously he can't say right now who the player is, obviously for maybe legal reasons or reasons that because the deal's almost done. It's worth noting that to keep an eye on the situation this week. So something's going to happen this week. That's basically what he's saying. With Liverpool pursuing a specialist number 6 from outside the Premier League. So a specialist number 6. What does he mean by a specialist number 6, guys? What does David Ornstein mean by a specialist number 6? Now, when he says a specialist number 6, I think we're pretty much talking about a deep lining playmaker more than an aggressive defensive midfielder. We're not going for someone like a Thomas Partey or a Rodri or someone like that, or a Polinia or an Ugarte, in my opinion, who are more of your number 6s, your proper number 6s. It's got to be it's got to be a specialist, which means they can play the Arnold slot way of playing. That's pretty much what they want. So it's a deep lining playmaker. And because he said them words, a specialist in this area, and also saying the same words as Liverpool have identified a target in that 6th position. So it's not that, he could have said this in another way. The reason he has literally worded it, Liverpool have identified a target in that number 6 position, which means there's a player Liverpool are trying to go for, but he can't name the name at this moment in time for whatever reason. Now, whole of Twitter, basically, the whole of social media, and every Liverpool fan who does YouTube or is on social media, a lot of Liverpool fans are breaking all this down to be that it's Zubimendi, because Zubimendi is that specialist number 6. He's not an out and out DM. He's more of that deep lining playmaker. Slot said it himself in an interview that that area of the pitch he prefers if he had like almost a deep lining playmaker, that kind of specialist that can play in that area. Because if it was just a DM, they wouldn't put the word specialist, guys. If Liverpool were just after a number 6, David Ornstein would have basically put it, Liverpool have targeted their DM for this coming season. Watch out for the rest of this week for any news. Yeah. But the point of the matter is they put specialist, a player. And what is it? I think other Liverpool journalists put last week that Liverpool search for a defensive midfielder has been tough because they're looking for a special kind of player that can play in that role, and they don't want no average footballer. That is apparent. And we put everything together, and that's what a lot of Liverpool fans are doing right now. A lot of Liverpool fans are putting all that to get all this stuff together, and they're coming with a Zubimendi. Now, Zubimendi makes obviously it's the correct choice. It's the only choice, but it's the choice. He's a specialist player in that position. He can play with the ball. He's a great passer of the ball. He moves the ball extremely well. He's very good in small, tight spaces. Extremely good in that area of the pitch. And we've also got to talk about a certain midfielder from Real. And this is why other people have put 2 and 2 together and got Zubimendi. Guys, who's the midfielder from Real Sociedad who's now not going to Arsenal? We all know his name. Put his name in the chat, guys. Who's this Real Sociedad midfielder who's now not going to Arsenal? Why did that deal break down? Why did that deal break down? And this is what people get into, make this is where the Zubimendi stuff's coming from. Big up Fozzie. I would say it's late for Fozzie, but I know he's in the States, so I think Fozzie's probably, what is it? What's the time now? So it's probably 8:15 in the evening for Fozzie, but big up Fozzie. I think he's on the east side. Big up, man. Hope you're doing well. Marino. Yeah, that's it, Marino. So obviously he was meant to be going to Arsenal. That transfer was meant to have been all done. That transfer was meant to be all done, and he was going to Arsenal, and then something happened and held up the transfer. And now, because David Ornstein said Liverpool were after a specialist in a number 6 position, everyone's putting everything together. We've got a lot of Sherlock Holmeses out there trying to put all things together and basically saying, yeah, Zubimendi's the one. Because if you're Real Sociedad can't afford to lose both players. They can't afford to lose both players. But the problem is with Zubimendi has got Zubimendi's got a release clause. And Marino has not got a release clause. I don't believe. It's just a flat fee. But because Zubimendi's got a release clause, if a team activates that release clause, it's not a lot of the club can do about it. So yeah, it's Zubimendi's idol, Xabi Alonso, as well. That's another thing people are putting together. I don't know if this to be true, guys. I don't know. Could be anyone. Could be Ruben Neves for all I know. But this is why the Liverpool fan base are getting very excited today. The Liverpool fan base has been extremely excited. In fact, this is probably the happiest and most excited that I've seen a Liverpool fan base in all summer, to be absolutely fair. I think a lot of people have got it in their head that it's going to be MartinZubimendi. I mean, it's interesting the fact that Marino, the transfer with Arsenal fell through, and Zubimendi also plays for Real Sociedad. Zubimendi's the one with the release clause. If someone activates that release clause, it's an interesting one. I don't know why the deal fell through between Sociedad and Arsenal for Marino. No idea. Does anyone in the chat know? I don't know. But that's what people are saying. Now, it's not what I'm saying. I'm just telling you what people are saying today. I've barely seen this story. I only saw it this afternoon. So I haven't had a lot of time to digest this story today. But I've just been reading reading a lot what people were saying. For me, I'm not sure. As far as I'm concerned, Zubimendi does not want to leave Spain. But I will say one thing. I was a bit confused why Arsenal went for Marino and not Zubimendi. I was a bit confused by that. If you got them 2 midfielders at Real Sociedad, you probably go after Zubimendi, who's got the release clause at 51 million. And Zubimendi, I believe, is only on 50 grand a week as well. He's only on 50 grand a week as well. So it's easier get in some ways. It's easier transfer to do. You just play the release clause, you talk to the player, and it's done. So for Arsenal, not going for Zubimendi didn't make sense. The only thing I can think of, look, I understand people's optimism and excitement. I get it. I understand everyone's excitement about it. I just don't think it's true. I hope it is. Good. Tomorrow, guys, if we hear news that Zubimendi is Liverpool's first choice and they're trying to get a deal done, right? We're talking. We're sitting here. We're having proper conversations. Zubimendi and McAllister in a double pivot. That is what we're talking about, yeah, for Liverpool next season, right? We're having conversations, but until I see the name, it's very hard to get excited by it. Do I think I don't know. There's a lot of people out there who do think it's Zubimendi, and he is the one we're looking at. It's the word specialist, guys. Does everyone agree? It's it's the word specialist in the whole Ornstein article today. He said that Liverpool are after a certain specialist in the number 6 position. He could have just said a defensive midfielder, and Liverpool fans would have still been happy because we want a DM. But putting the word specialist means it's only a certain few players, guys. You know, it's only a few. There's only a few specialists out there that you can go and get. Now, Ederson. I mean, we were talking about Ederson at the beginning of the summer. He's gone very quiet for weeks and weeks now. No one talks about Ederson no more. Is Ederson the one we're talking about? I have no idea. You got the guy from PSG, is it? I can't remember his name. I think it's PSG. Let me just have a look. I think there's a player at PSG that Liverpool might be looking at as well. Let me get it up. Pause. Let me have a look. Ski. Yeah, there's a player at I can't remember his name though. Don't quote me on this. No, not Ugarte. It's not Ugarte. It might not be PSG, but it's definitely a certain club. But I might have not have got it now. I might have. Yeah, I don't know where it's gone. No, it's not. It might not be PSG, but I think it is a French club. I'm not sure the name of the kid now. It begins with C, like Croquet or something like that. Croquet or something like that. I can't remember his name now. I mean, apparently he's a baller that people really like. You got Skull. That's the one. Yeah, Zane's got it. There you go. I don't know where he plays. Is he in France? I saw something. Someone put it up today that could be a possibility. Is it Leon? Leon, big up football gossiper in the house. Thank you very much for helping me. Yeah, thank you very much. K-Max says Mikel Moreno has a £52 million release clause, but only has 1 year left in his contract. Arsenal think they can give him for 26 million. Arsenal don't have much money left to spend. Interesting. Yeah, big up everyone in the house, Leon. I don't know much about him. I don't know if he's a specialist in this position. Guys, I'll go ask everyone in the chat. You guys are probably more intelligent than me, right? And know a bit more about all this than I do. Specialist DMs. Let's go with what David Ornstein said in it today, guys. It's a specialist defensive midfielder. Who does everyone believe David Ornstein is actually talking about? And let's be serious here. I don't want to see Jordan Henderson's in a live chat. Let's be serious. Who does everyone think David Ornstein's actually talking about when he says specialist defensive midfielder? Or give me a list of names that you believe is a specialist defensive midfielder that we would like. Let me know. Let me know in the chat. Big up Solo and chat. Hope you're doing well, man. Kimmich, Ederson, Zubi or Kone. Varela. Yeah, that Varela's one. Yeah, Kimmich is too old, I think. Varela could be the one, you know. Ugarte, you might as well keep it. The thing with Ugarte, you might as well keep Endo. That's the thing with Ugarte. I mean, it could be. I love if it was Ugarte because I don't really rate Ugarte, but the fact Man United wanted him so much and we stole him would be hilarious. But Ederson and Zubimendi, Varela. Came out says someone in there who's in top of the numbers of passing and creative actions. Yeah, the people that are in the top, the person who's in the top of all that K-Mac is actually Zubimendi. That's the thing. So you might be right then. Don and Sam. Big up, Don. It could be Varela, Zubi, or Ederson. Yeah, it's just that special. You know, look, if it's Tchouaméni, if Liverpool pulled that Tchouaméni out of the hat, it ain't Tchouaméni, guys, by the way, but could you imagine? Could you imagine if Liverpool pulled out Tchouaméni? That is what they're looking at. Camavinga. I think Fozzie says, I say Manuel Ugarte due to Joe Neves joining and Man United move being called off, Joe. I mean, look, I am not a big Ugarte fan. I don't think he's great. He does what he says on the tin. He's aggressive. He's an aggressive midfielder. So he'd win us battles in midfield. If you're using people like Szoboszlai and McAllister as the ball controllers, the ball winners in there, can move the ball around quickly, pass the ball through the lines, and you're using an aggressive midfielder in Ugarte, I hear it. So if that's the specialist thing that David Ornstein's talking about, it makes sense because he's aggressive in midfield. It would be hilarious, though, that Man United desperately wanted him. Desperately wanted him. Varela's one. Yeah. Big up JD Activist in that. Andre from Fluminense. I don't know. Liverpool, he turned Liverpool down last year. I just don't think Liverpool going to go back for him. Varela or Ederson. I'll burn my jersey if it's Rabiot. No, it's not going to be Rabiot because he's not a DM. I don't think Zubimendi will leave Spain. I'm with you, man. I've always said this from time now. I don't think Zubimendi's leaving Spain. So that's why I don't think it's Zubimendi. Guys, but let's be honest here. If it was Zubimendi, there is one player. I think his name's called Cardosa or something like that. Is it Johnny Cardosa? Yeah, Johnny Cardosa. I think he's saying like that, pronounced saying like that. Let me know in the chat. He's meant to be extremely talented, and there's a lot of hype around him as well. So maybe it's someone like him. It's someone like him. It's going to be Ederson, Ballers, or Frendrup because we're looking at players 24 and under. How old Zubimendi? 23? How old Zubimendi? Does anyone know? How old Zubimendi? I don't think it's Zubimendi. I need to tell people this right now. Yeah, Zubimendi's 25. I mean, I'd love it to be Zubimendi, but I think honestly he's right. If we're looking at players 24 and under, is it Johnny Cardosa? Is that his name? Hang on. Let me have a look. I'm trying to work out this. I've seen a lot of people talking about him today. He's American though, ain't he? I can't. Don't he play for Real Betis? He's American, but he plays for Real Betis, don't he? Johnny Cardoso. Is that it? Johnny Cardoso plays for Real Betis. I've seen that name pop up a lot today. Oh, there you go. K-Max said it as well. Big Jay says Andre from Fluminense. Yeah, I just don't think we go back twice. I don't think we go back twice as someone who turned out Richard Rios. No, I don't know. If it was Richard Rios, I think we were known by now. It's the specialist part of it, guys. That Hjulmand. Oh, that's the guy Cal wants, ain't it? Yeah. So I don't know, Danny, personally. You hear a lot in spaces that Zubimendi doesn't want to leave Spain. I've never heard him actually say that he never wants to leave Spain. It sort of like comes as, like some Italians won't leave Italy, that sort of thing. I'm not sure, and I think is Zubimendi a Basque player? I don't know. I've never actually heard him say it. It's all like it's one of them things that it gets said a lot, so everyone believes it, but it might not actually be true, and he might be available. Don't know. And Jay's like Richard Rios. Believe in Jane people. LFC make you think they sign the person everyone wants and they go the opposite direction. Yeah, that is very true, man. Big up to yourself, Ozzy. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Rios. I just don't know if he's the specialist in that position. I think Rios is just one of a number of guys that you could go and buy. Different sorting director than last season. No, this is the thing. Richard Hughes is obviously in charge. I believe Richard Hughes is friends with the agent of Zubimendi as well. And that's why a lot of people are getting this Zubimendi and getting excited that it could be Zubimendi. I don't think it's Zubimendi. I'd love it to be Zubimendi. Don't get me wrong. I'd absolutely love it to be Zubimendi. I just don't think it is. But I'd love to wake up tomorrow morning and we've got a David Ornstein bomber, and he's basically like, yeah, Liverpool are after Zubimendi, and it'd be like, whoa, okay. Yeah, Nesh, that's what a lot of people have said to me today on Twitter, actually, about this guy. A lot of people have said it's this guy. I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know enough of him. Big up Craig in the house. Don't know enough of him. Don't know enough of him. I thought Zubimendi has a release clause, 51 million. And I believe he's only on 50 grand a week as well. Jamie, remember Sociedad wanted to make his release clause 90 million. Zubimendi rejected it. I suppose it's still 50 million, and FC loves release clauses. Yeah, look, I think, like honestly says there, I think that is literally why a lot of people think it's Zubimendi. He's a specialist in that position. He's the way he plays would suit an Arnold Slot team. Him and McAllister in midfield would be disgusting. He's 25 years of age, which is a good age. He's only on, I think he's on low wages. We could double his wages quite comfortably. It's sort of easy to do. It's a transfer that Liverpool really can do. And look, he's a player that's just come back from the Euros. Obviously, he was at the Euros with Spain. He's gone on holiday. He's had a break. He's now back in pre-season, probably a Real Sociedad. So it makes sense why the transfer is only happening now as well and not weeks ago. I mean, it does all fall in line. I'm fooling myself to think it is Zubimendi because everything does sort of make sense and fall in line. That's the issue here. Yeah, I think for Fafana might be going to Man United, Ian, jeez, man. Not around here, man, we don't. Yeah, they have the same agent. There you go. So there's tyres there. Big up K-Mac. I knew there was something there. Big up everyone subscribing to the channel. Appreciate it. He's only 5'9". Yeah, I mean, but he's not going to be. I'm getting more confused as we go on. Be honest, man. I'm getting more confused as we go on. Yeah, it's not going to be Frankie De Jong, guys. I mean, that ain't happening. It is not going to be. It is not going to be Frankie De Jong. Bigger, and that's what I want my mod to do. Ant's basically telling you guys, yeah, there's 221 people watching. I'm doing a video at 1:30 a.m. on in the morning, and we only got 96 likes. What's that about? Like, literally, what is that about? So I'm giving you a video at 1:30 in the morning for absolutely free. We're talking, we're chatting, we're having a good time here talking about Liverpool. We're actually a little happy and excited at the moment, which, you know, has not always been the case this summer. I only got 96 likes. Come on, guys. Let's hit that like button. Yes, Sam. Zubimendi. Oh, Sam, who do you think it is, Sam? Who do you think it is? I love Sam to like Sam. Who do you think it is, mate? Because I don't know. I'm probably hoping it's Zubimendi, but it's more likely going to be Ruben Neves. I mean, I don't know. Who do you think it's going to be, mate? I'd love to know who you think it's going. Or do you think it is going to be Zubimendi? Is that who do you think it's going to be? You know, all Liverpool fans today are playing like they're all becoming detectives and trying to make 1+1. You know. But let me know in the chat, man. Yeah, smash the likes, guys. Smash the likes. Zubimendi, Varela, Ederson, or outside chat crazy about Redondo from the LS. Oh, Sam's not the first person I've heard today mention Redondo. You know, he's not the first person I've heard today mention Redondo. Didn't Redondo go to Inter Miami? Is he the one who went to Inter Miami, guys? I think, or did he go? Was he Inter Miami he went to? But Sam's not the first person I've heard say that. Worth a shout. I'll be happy with any of them three, though, like Zubimendi, Varela, or Ederson. I'll be, yeah, that's the guy. Yeah, big up Sam. So yeah, I mean that's a poxy shout. I mean I know Redondo is obviously a massive talent who's got a bright future. A lot of teams were looking at him before he went and left, didn't he? He's a young guy. How old is he? 21? He's only 21, yeah. 21 years of age. How much do you think it'll cost, guys? How much? Let's talk here. Let's get into this. Redondo, how much would he cost? What are we looking at for a 21-year-old? What would the fee be? What would Inter Miami take for him? It's interesting. Wasn't Varela just made Porto captain as well? I mean, Ederson. I think Ederson's easy to do. I don't think that's a problem. I think if you go to Atalanta and offer about 45 million, I'd guess DMs cost between 30 and 60. Yeah, there you go. Big up, Sam. So with Ederson as well, I think if you go to Atalanta and offer about 45 million quid, I think you get Ederson. I don't think wages would be a problem. Although, funny enough, Zubimendi's wages wouldn't be a problem either, because I do believe he's only on 50 grand a week. Zubimendi. I might be wrong there. I don't think he's on monster wages. Varela, wages won't be a problem. So wages won't be an issue with any of these players. And transfer fee won't be an issue either. It's interesting. Look, it's yeah, exactly. It's easiest transfer to make. Exactly. You just go out Atlanta, you rock up at Atlanta tomorrow and go, look, we want Ederson. We're going to give you 45 million quid from him. He wants to join us. Let's just talk. Let's do this. Let's have a cup of coffee. By the time I finish my coffee, let's just sign the contract. You know what I'm saying? See, it's easy to do. Ads is convinced it's this guy. Big up Ads. If Ads is right, by the way, because Ads has been consistent with this, he thinks it's this guy. Ads, if you're right, man, if you're right, I tip my hat to you, my friend. If we hear tomorrow that this is the guy, yeah, man, yeah, that's that's crazy time. Big Ads. Ian, please. What? Ian? No one's doing it over here, man. It's Jessica Rabbit. Jay Spearing. Can you imagine? Big up Jay Spearing. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, as I keep saying, Ornstein put in the word specialist in today's article where he's saying Liverpool identified a target in the 6th position, which means they've identified a player. There's a particular player they're looking and talking to now, trying to do business with, but he can't mention a name at the moment. And he says it's worth keeping an eye open on the solution this week. And Liverpool pushing for the specialist number 6 from outside the Premier League. A specialist number 6. This is why I think it is only of a few players, because you could say, like, he could have just said Liverpool go sort their DM position out this week. They've seen a few players. They go do a deal. It should happen this week. Keep your eyes open. Watch your socials, all that. Easy to do. But putting the word specialist in there, yeah, it could be, like as Fozzie said, it could be a specialist who's a destroyer. You know, specialist could mean so many things. Like Fozzie said, it could mean just the specialist just means a destroyer. If it is a destroyer, then it could be, you know, at the end of the day, it could bloody be super. It could be Ugarte. I would laugh my head off if it's Ugarte, just for the fact I don't really rate him that much. And also, Man United thought they were going to get him. I mean, that would be hysterical for a little bit. I ain't going to lie. If it is that, just an aggressive midfielder and who's got full aggression and, you know, just go knock bodies out of the way, win ball back. No, I don't know. John thinks it's just more FSG ball. Why do you think that, John? Why do you think that? Here's one thing I will say, yeah? This is one thing I will say. FSG have nothing to do with transfers. It's the people that run the football club and the manager. So it's your sporting director, your CEO, and your manager. They're the people that are in charge of transfers. It's not actually, and this is not me sticking up for FSG at all, by the way. Don't really give a shit about them, but they're not really, like John W. Henry is not scouting Zubimendi and going, right, that's the player I want. John W. Henry is getting on the phone to Richard, getting on the phone to Hughesy and going, look, Hughesy, look, Zubimendi's the one I want. I'm going to release the funds here. You go and get Hughesy, you go and do the business. He's not doing it. They don't know who Zubimendi is. Zubimendi could walk past John W. Henry tomorrow in the street, and John W. Henry won't have a foggiest who he is. So it's not necessarily, it's the people working in the club. It's the people working in the club area, like the CEO, the sporting director. Like Michael Edwards runs Liverpool Football Club, yeah. And then Richard Hughes is his sporting director, and then Arne Slot is his head coach. They work together. They will know the funds they have available, and with them funds, they will go and find the players that they want to bring into the football club. I don't think FSG don't really run the football club like that, if that makes sense. But they release the funds, obviously. And if they go, right, there's 80 million there, do what you want with it. They do what they want with it, sort of thing. That makes sense. That makes sense. Kim says, by the way, you have a fantastic channel, Jane Proper. Big up. Thank you very much, Kim. That means a lot to me. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I'm not. Just get me a DM in. Do you know what I mean? Just get me a DM in. All joking aside, Jamie, don't be upset if it's just normal DM, mate. I'm hoping to buy the young keeper and Gordon, but FSG don't spend. Like, that's what I'm saying with FSG. FSG will put money on the table. FSG will go, right, there's 90 million in the transfer kitty. you guys can go and do what you want with it. That's how it works. Big up John with the super chat. He says, who the report came from? Someone who's close to the owners. That's facts. And they are only hearing this now. You have to ask yourself the question. Here's the one. Say on purpose that, say it is Zubimendi. Yeah. Say it is Zubimendi. It would make sense because he was at the World Cup. He's probably only just come back to the club for pre-season at Real Sociedad. It makes sense. It makes sense for a transfer. If it's not, and it's someone we could have bought weeks and weeks ago, then I agree with you, John. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. If it's someone we could have bought weeks and weeks and weeks ago, I'm with you 100%. But if it's someone who has either been at the Olympics, the Copa, or the Euros, or I don't know. If it's Ederson, I'll be like, why didn't we buy Ederson? Did Ederson go to the Copa? I don't know. Did he play for Brazil at the Copa America? I'm not sure. I weren't watching it. If he wasn't, and it is Ederson, we could have bought him weeks ago. Do you know what I mean? So I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. I get you. Yeah, not the yeah. So Ederson. Oh, sorry. Before I get to that, so Ederson was at the Copa. So again, if Ederson was at the Copa, Alisson Becker literally only just came back to Liverpool yesterday. He only just came back to Liverpool yesterday. So if it is someone like Ederson who's at Copa, it makes sense why that transfer is only happening now. It also makes sense why not many transfers have happened around the world. Big country says, James, thoughts on Matt O'Reilly? You're not the only one who talks about Matt O'Reilly. From South, I think we missed out on one good player. Brighton again. Is he going to Brighton? Is that actually happening? Is he going to Brighton? He's going to be a player, man. He's going to be he's a special kid, yeah. I didn't know it's actually happening. John says we signed no one apart from maybe a last-minute loan deal. I hear you, John. I hear you. I'm not going to disagree with you. With CeeLo. I will say one thing. On this whole transfer thing, and I do agree with people. You know, you're waiting too late, right? When people keep going about waiting too late in the transfer window to buy somebody, does that mean that no one should buy anyone in January because you're in the middle of a season? Oh, because I hear it a lot. We shouldn't be waiting this long into a transfer window to buy somebody. The season's not even started yet, and we could buy a player before the season started. But does that mean you shouldn't buy anyone in January because you're halfway through the season? I mean, also, maybe what Arne Slot said a couple of weeks ago, is facts. Arne Slot said he wanted to analyze his squad for the first time in the American tour. He literally said, I want to take these players to America for pre-season and have a proper look at them. And if you look at what he's done in America, who's the DM that hardly played any football in America after the first game? That'd be Wataru Endo. He has played Szoboszlai in the 6, Gravenberch, Curtis Jones. The fact he plays Szoboszlai in the 6, he's played Stefan Bajcetic there. Trainioni has had more games in midfield in pre-season, I think Ederson had, than Endo had. So I think that what that tells you is that Slot doesn't like Endo, and he's then told the club that I need a specialist DM because what if you are to play the way I want to play, I can't go into the season with a Curtis Jones or a Szoboszlai or a Gravenberch being my number 6. So I need a player. And I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I think Slot was just talking facts when he said it. I think Slot was talking facts when he said it. He was looking at his team and he saw the holes that needed fixing, and now he's told them, I need a DM. And the fact he's basically told the club, I need a DM, I like. I mean, we should be all happy about that, shouldn't we? That he's told the club, look, Endo's not working for me. I need Endo gone. It's not working for me. I can't play Sabozlai or Gravenberch in a DM position. What are we doing here? I need a number 6. Get me a number 6. So, yeah, I'm all right with that, man. I don't think anyone said it's Slot's fault. Everyone's happy about Slot, John. Unless someone in the chat said it. I just said Slot was right. That he was analysing his team in pre-season. Slot was talking absolute facts. It was interesting. It's interesting. Big up Solo. Big up Wayne in chat. How you doing, man? It's the other club that's the problem, Jamie. They need time to find a replacement. So either we spoke to a club and they're trying to get the player ready before we announce the signing. I agree with that, Wayne. And that's maybe why, you know, the way David Ornstein has wrote it out, like, it might have been looking for that player all the time. But look, we might even not even sign a DM yet. Like, this defensive midfielder might not even happen. Who knows? Who knows? John might be right. It might not happen. I don't know. I think we're allowed to be excited by this news that we're looking at somebody. But Slot was right to look at his team. In my opinion, John, I think Slot was right to look at his team. I don't see who's at fault here. I don't see any fault here, man. As long as Liverpool get the players in, I don't see any fault anywhere. I really don't. As long as Liverpool get the players in that they need for this upcoming season, I don't mind when you buy the player. Perfectly honest, I don't mind when you buy the player. Don't mind when you buy him, as long as you get the right player for the manager. That's all that matters to me. It's definitely not Zubimendi. Unfortunately, too many people claim to know it's him when in reality we don't get the obvious name. Not to be wrong. Like, yeah, I'm with you. Promo. I don't think it's going to be Zubimendi. I've got a funny feeling it might be an Ederson or a Varela or someone like that. If we wake up tomorrow, then I'm cool. John, I don't quite understand what you're saying. I don't know anyone who said it's Slot's fault. No one in the chat said it's Slot's fault. I don't get it. I don't get it, John. John, explain, man. You're confusing me. We're here sitting agreeing with Arne Slot. Well, I'm sitting here agreeing with Arne Slot. I'm saying Slot did the right thing, taking the team to America, seeing what he needed, decided Endo's not the man. He's told the club, get me the DM that works, and we can move. I don't, yeah. John, I love you. I love you, man. I love you. But we might be on different wavelengths at the moment, man. Might be on different wavelengths. And John, I also agree with you, by the way. We might not get anyone. So I do agree with you. But no one's coming at Slot. We all love the guy. Well, I love him anyway. I love the guy already. Big up Joseph. Morning, my friend. Morning. Hope you're doing well. I think Slot has done a great job. He takes trainings hands on, and he's not seeing what he needs. So from Endo, so then Slot knows then who's doing well and who can leave. Yeah, big up for FC. I agree. I like what Slot's doing so far. Zubimendi's team has just signed Sukic from RB Salzburg, so the player could. Ooh, K-Mac, don't do this to us. 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 This team has taken to slots tactics very well. They have, man. They have. It's been exciting. It's exciting times. I'm just hoping it's true. I'm hoping it's true. I'm hoping it's true. You know, we need to give Arne Slot the best chance to succeed that he possibly can, because I think he's a good coach. I think he's a very good coach. It's obvious from his days at Feyenoord and AZ Alkmaar that he's a very good coach. I liked the bits and pieces he did in pre-season already. The players are sort of already adapting to what he wants to do, although it'll take time, like any new manager. There's something about him. He's got a bit of aura about him as well. I like he has got a bit of an aura about him. I'm all for Arne Slot, man. I love the guy already. He's my manager, my manager. And we got to give him all the tools in the cupboard to be able to do the best job possible. Do you know what I mean? We've got to give him all the tools in the cupboard to do the best job possible. And, if he can do that, we could be on to good things, man. But you got to give him the right tools, man. Yeah, I fancy him, Kato. Yeah, why not? My manager, my bald-headed manager. But yeah, guys, before I go, big up to everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. It's just a quick one this evening. I've got to get out of here. I'm shattered. Been a busy day, but I'll be back live tomorrow. Hopefully we have more news tomorrow and I can give you more of a show, and I'll probably get K-Mac or something like that on tomorrow as well. We can have a better show and stuff like that. Adam, easy. Zubimendi could be our vision of Rodri in terms of building from the back. Jones is in the 60s, suicide long term. Guys, no football brain. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Exactly. Guys, make sure you're hitting them likes on the way in, on the way out. Appreciate it. Guys, I will be back tomorrow. Make sure you're here. Make sure you're hitting that subscribe button, the bell, so you get notifications when I go live. You know what YouTube's like. Doesn't always push that out. Appreciate you being here, guys. Really do. I know it's a late one, but normal time tomorrow. I promise, normal time tomorrow. And hopefully we have more news. If not, we'll still have something to talk about. Much love, guys. Big up to everyone in the chat. Thank you for joining me. And see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.